This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by our friends over at Ease.com, which delivers adult use cannabis products on demand in California and now in the Portland, Oregon area, as well as EaseWellness.com, a new service delivering hemp-derived CBD products to 41 U.S. states via the mail. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Wednesday, March 13th, 2019, and you're tuned in to episode 684 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. The great state of Alaska leaps into our top headlines today, as yesterday Lieutenant Governor Kevin Meyer signed off on a new proposed regulation that will allow for marijuana dispensaries to open up space for customers to consume cannabis. Dispensaries will have to apply for special permits that will let them set up properly designed and ventilated public use rooms connected to their shops. Open up Juneau Empire for more on this and for a link to the regulation language. The rules will go into effect on April 11th, with consumption spaces to possibly open up by summer. This marks the first time a state will allow for public social use, as the few existing social use programs in the U.S. are at the city level, such as in Denver or San Francisco. Yesterday, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin, and Senate President Steve Sweeney announced that they have worked out a plan to legalize adult use cannabis in their state. The Garden State's top three political leaders have been wrangling over differences in how to implement an adult use program, and yesterday they released a statement laying out those details. The plan would set up a taxed and regulated sales system and includes provisions to create an expedited process for people to expunge low-level marijuana charges from their records. It will also set up programs to protect industry opportunities for women and non-white entrepreneurs. A 5-person commission would be set up to oversee the program, with the governor picking 3 members and the other 2 being chosen on the advice of the Senate President and Assembly Speaker. Our final top story today wraps us up in San Francisco, where yesterday the City Board of Supervisors passed an ordinance setting up a new type of event permit that will allow for the sale and consumption of cannabis. San Francisco has strict anti-smoking laws that normally prevent any kind of combustion in public places, but city supervisors say it's not realistic to expect people to not smoke at events like the annual 420 celebration in Golden Gate Park. The new permit will allow events that see a large number of marijuana smokers to set up space where cannabis can be sold by vendors and consumed by customers. The new program is being run as a pilot program and will sunset at the end of this year, though there is a built-in option for the Office of Cannabis to extend it by a year. Those are our top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz out in headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, Ease.com, California's top one-stop website for legal marijuana delivery. Ease is also super excited to offer on-demand adult use delivery to the citizens of Portland, Oregon, in addition to their new platform over at EaseWellness.com, where you can get hemp-derived CBD products delivered through the mail in 41 U.S. states. Pop over to Ease.com today to check out the wide array of legal cannabis products they offer up, all properly tested, packaged, and labeled. If you like getting exactly what you pay for, you're going to love being a customer of Ease. Find out for yourself just how easy Ease makes legal marijuana delivery over at Ease.com and EaseWellness.com. Big thanks to everyone at Ease for supporting today's news. All right, time for the Blitz. Marijuana Moments Kyle Yeager has a detailed write-up of a hearing held yesterday by a U.S. House Appropriations Subcommittee where congressional representatives questioned a top Treasury official over the issue of cannabis business banking, a long-running and well-trodden storyline here on The Daily. This one is wonky and detailed and worthy of a read if you're especially into policy stuff. A new study by New York-based investment bank Cohen & Company project that the CBD market could grow as large as $16 billion by 2025. Iris Dorbian over at Forbes does a nice job picking up some of the report's top-line items, chief among them being that $16 billion projection, which is a big jump from 2018's market size of somewhere around $1 billion. Another good one to add to your to-read list today. Last year, alcohol giant Constellation Brands invested $4 billion into Canadian licensed marijuana company Canopy Growth, securing a majority stake in the company in the process. CNN just put together a nice longer form profile piece looking at Rob Sands, the Constellation executive chair who led the deal, which at the time wasn't necessarily the obviously smart play it might seem today. Yet another story to read. In a day full of readable stories, we add another one to the heap. This time it's ESPN profiling former professional cyclist Floyd Landis, who left the sport in a bit of infamy through his involvement with Lance Armstrong's doping scandal. Over the years, Landis has reinvented himself as a cannabis entrepreneur and opened up a dispensary in Colorado. ESPN's story looks at his return to the world of professional cycling through his dispensary's sponsorship of a professional cycling team. Multi-state cannabis operator Acreage Holdings just released details for how it did for the fiscal fourth quarter and year ending December 31st. The company reported fourth quarter revenue of $10.5 million and yearly revenue of $21.1 million, up 380% and 173% respectively from the previous periods. I'm starting to sound like a broken record today, but this is also a story you should open up for all the numbers and details. The Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission held a public hearing yesterday to get feedback and comments from the public over the state's legal cannabis program. The commission is working on potential new revisions to the state's set of industry rules and said they will be holding more formal hearings on the matter in the future. And finally for today, Kyle Yeager grabs a Blitz bookend with a story about a significant policy change just enacted by a United Nations agency that calls for member states to implement evidence-based, health-focused drug control policies. Kyle's story nicely lays out the importance of that change, and you guessed it, is worthy of a full dive in. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, send us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. Thanks to our sponsor, Ease, and to all of our awesome patron listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the patron listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says, Become a Patron. I'm your host, Shay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in, starting your day with marijuana today. Today.
One take, Shay. One take.